we've got what you would call a slobber knocker on the card for you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am your caster, Hodahori, joined to me by my Australian amigo, Razarip, here to produce this game between the Ghost Peppers and Boosted by the Way. Raza, these are two teams at the top of the table in the Majors division of Owlet. What do you expect to see from these two teams today?
I expect to see 5 maps of pure high-octane excitement. It is going to be a killer! Or alternatively, it won't be. It could be a 3-map stomp. But looking at these rosters now, I'm expecting we're going to see a lot. I know a lot of these players personally. Boosted, by the way, I casted a match of theirs a week or so ago, and they absolutely dominated the second team in the rankings. Meanwhile, on Ghost Peppers, I personally coached 2 of the players, Fat Mike and Gasroll. So when they pop off, you know that that's on me. There are some real good players all around Hodo, and this is going to be a killer. I'm very excited in particular to see Fat Mike absolutely decimate this game. He's played Sombra and Widow for a long time, but recently he swapped over to Lucio Anna. So I'm interested to see whether he'll be healing today or whether he will be unleashing his hit scan prowess onto Boosted by the Way.
Yeah, and boosted by the way here aren't any slouches themselves. Coming off of a 4-0 win on Saturday, they have a 7-0 record and are plus 23 in the Majors division. That
23.
Is, I know, out of 28.
I can't even count that high.
I know, it's hard to count that high, isn't it? So with a 7-0 record, playing 4 maps apiece, that's 28, which means they've only dropped 5 maps in total. So Boosted by the Way here, anchored by Lokai, who is an excellent DPS main and on that Widowmaker, but they have talent all across the roster here. Memory, Zach, Flamia, Delicious, these are all players that you cannot sleep on. So both teams here are going to be ready to go. Shout out to Chaos, my man on Ghost Peppers, who drives our common coach in common, Connor, a little crazy with the charges. So I'm going to be looking out for him. He's going to be their main tank here for the Ghost Peppers, and he's going to be a little aggressive here. So it's going to really determine whether or not if he can open up the game for the Ghost Peppers or put them in a bad situation. So We're going to start here on Nepal, and it will be Shrine to start off with, Raza.
Sure will be. And on the flip side, Boosted by the Way, play to look out for. It's got to be Flamia. So good on the support. Watching the cast, my boys in chat, you're not even going to notice her in the game because her positioning is so good on Anna. She's out of the way. She's going to be pocketing those tanks the entire game. If Delicious Stars even wants it in this whole 5-map set, I'm gonna be impressed, honestly, because Flamia's heals are just so good. So let's have a look. We have 5 seconds until the team hero selections will pop up, and let's have a look at what we got, Hodo.
Yeah, it looks like here we're looking at a Goats comp here, an Anna Goats. Looking like that's going to be coming out of here from the Ghost Peppers, and on the other side here, I'm seeing Zach here on the Pharah, but no Mercy. So very interesting here because Zach and Lokai going with a couple of range damage dealers, but usually you would see a Mercy on the air to keep Zach occupied. But you're right, Flamia is going with the Anna, and Memory here is going to be going with the Lucio. So it'll be interesting here. They're going to probably. As I say that, we go into a pause.
This is amateur Overwatch, so of course there must be at least 4 or 6 pauses before we head into King's Row. And it looks like the main tank on Boosted by the Way, Delicious, must restart. Not a delicious way to start this map.
No, it's not scrumptious at all. So what can you say? So based on the two teams here, we've seen the comps that are going to be coming out here. So it looks like Boosted by the Way here is going to go for more of a sort of ranged, sort of Goats breaking comp versus what Ghost Peppers are going to run. Ghost Peppers here notoriously run Goats on a lot of the maps that they do. There are certain exceptions here and there with regards to the maps, but it'll be really interesting to see because, Ghost Peppers plus 18, they do run into a couple issues here and there on certain maps, but they're a very, very capable team. So it'll be interesting to see how they do against this sort of design sort of break that Boosted by the Way is sort of running.
Absolutely, and I've watched Gasserol play before. He is very adept at the Diva. It's going to be on him and Rokurion to put some pressure on Zac. You don't necessarily have to take out the Pharah first, but as long as you can keep him pressured, keep his options limited, you can really minimize the amount of damage that Zac can do. Because if Zac is charging his ult every 5 to 6 seconds, it's not going to be a fun time for Ghost Peppers. But it looks now, Hodahori, that Delicious is back into the game. And now a quick update. It looks like Delicious is back out of the game. Truly a riveting match so far.
Yeah, it is riveting. The fight here is Delicious and his internet that is going to be head to head here, possibly all night long. So who will win? Will it be Comcast or will it be Delicious? We don't know, but when we come back, we'll find out. But in the meantime, as we sort of go through, some Overwatch news actually came out about 3
Ooh.
hours ago. Raza, did you
Mhm.
know that there was a new map release?
Yeah, Paris-themed map. I actually saw there was a post on Facebook by Blizzard, and it was a watch this Australian streamer stream the new Paris map. And I had a look, and the map looks brilliant. Streamer did a great job, but
It wasn't you.
the
You were
map
sad
looks
because
brilliant.
it wasn't you.
Oh, I was just a bit sad because the entirety of the chat hoder was teaching her how to play. Like she clearly not being mean, she just clearly hadn't ever played Overwatch before. And she's like, "Oh, I can use my thing to jump like this," and I'm like, "Whoa, yes, you can jump." But it's okay because she took us on a little tour through the Paris map. That's how they say Paris in Russia.
Is it really?
Does it. As long as you don't know that I'm wrong, then yes. It looks like a killer map, Hodo. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's 2CP, which is excellent if you play Reinhardt, which I do.
Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, it is beautiful from what I've seen, but God, like that walk from the initial stage is a killer. So here we go. Finally, Delicious is now back, and now we'll get to start here. Raza, what are they going to be doing here up in the shrine?
So they're going to go to where the other team is and then try to kill them faster. And you can see Delicious moving up the stairs already. Ghost Peppers is on point, but they're going to push in very aggressive. Delicious being purple is going to have to just back out, wait for the purple to run out. And in that time, Chaos is going to take a lot of damage. So this is where Delicious needs to rush in. Not a lot of aggression. Finally, Delicious is starting to push in, but he's not doing a lot right now. It looks like Ghost Peppers is in a really good spot. And they managed to cap first. Booster just lets them have it. They're playing a little bit passive here, but Delicious does have his shatter already, so he's going to be looking to use that in about 5 seconds. Get ready for the shatter from Delicious. Here it comes. Here it comes. Delicious, do it. Delicious, do it. And he's not going to do it for some reason. Instead, he's going to let his team take a bunch of damage. And there it is. He gets the 4K, but his team is just a little step behind. Panda Bearcat's going to be there to get the picks, though, and we're going to see an ult come out of Fat Mike as well. For some reason, it's too late, though, because his team is dead, and that'll be the first fight to Boosted, by the way.
Yeah, it was there. Boosted, by the way, they're very, very patient, but they were sort of patient in allowing 30% because they were looking for a proper angle to sort of come in there, and they were waiting for Chaos to sort of bug out and move before they actually did anything. Zac was just basically wailing rockets into the area. They had enough healing to basically cover everybody on the ground, so it was just a matter of trying to pick their spot, and they got the fight that they wanted and actually eliminated most of the players in one go.
Ghost Peppers isn't moving it. The grabs come out, and then Zac's going to take out the whole team, but Gasser has his entire matrix up. It's not going to be enough, though, as the team just goes donk back into spawn.
Yeah, and that was basically a result of the fact that they were basically free firing into a team that was just sort of sitting on point and not really sort of fighting back in a proper way. They had allowed too many ults on the side of Boosted, by the way. So now they've evened up the ult economy here a little bit with Michael and Rokorion now both having ults. But it looks like they're still going to be ahead as Lokai here is going to come up with another Bob in a second, and that could be very problematic here.
The Grav. Michael's going to use Grav soon, I think, unless the Shadow comes through, but it misses. Anna's going to die, though. Both healers and Michael are both gone. Look at this. Ghost Peppers are taking too much damage before they can even get into the fight, and they use the ult, the Gravarino.
Yeah. So they use their ult here. Rokurion now, the only person here with an ult. Gasrol's going to get a Diva Bomb here, but you look at the way that the economy is sort of set up. Zac and Flamir are pretty much set up for another ult in this fight, and with only Rokurion going to be able to do something, they have to get their DPS to actually sort of contribute some kills here without any ult. So Fat Mike and Michael here have to come up huge.
That's right, and look at this. Apparently, we have no game sound according to Twitch, so I'm gonna emulate it for you guys. I got this. I'm ready. Boom, boom. Here I come. And that is that's Chaos yeeting on in using his fire strike to get rid of Flamia. Hammer down, and that's the shadow coming out, but it's not gonna get anyone. But the rest of the team's gonna be there. Gas roll with a bomb. Nerf this. Wipe the rest of the team, and it's just clean up from there.
Yeah, they were able to sort of get them off the point, and that actually put them in a great position to fight. Chaos there being very aggressive. He needs to keep being aggressive in this particular case. He needs to make sure that like he trusts his healers and make sure that he takes the front line and take it here to Boosted by the way. He cannot allow them any space or any actual areas here. And he has to sort of make sure he does eliminate the ground before the air and Zac and Flamia from the Lokai from range here starts eliminating his teammates.
That's right, and here we go. Panda Beckhev's now just charged up his grab, so he's going to use the grab in Zac's. Oh, there's the... And there's Pharaoh the Justice rains from above, and he's going to manage to get 2 and the mech. Lokai using his bob now. That's the bob coming out as well from Michael. They're both just yeeting them on out there, hoping for the best, but it looks like this has already gone to Boosted, by the way. And maybe a little bit of a ult too late by Michael.
No, it was just great ult usage on the side here of Boosted, by the way. They've actually been able to sort of come back here as H2O is trying to sort of stall at their best. And Chaos and Gasroll here are going to be coming back, but they're going to get stalled up here at the front door and eliminated.
That's right. It's just easy cleanup. There's not enough there to really contest Boosted, by the way. So round 1 here will go to Boosted, by the way.
Yeah, good first initial fight here. I'm seeing a lot of patience coming out from Boosted, by the way. No panic coming out of them, even when they lost a point. They did lose it at 98%, so it was just a matter of them winning one fight and sort of going along with that. But it was pretty straightforward. Ghost Pepper's there, just unable to take it back in a sort of timely manner. And it was mostly because of the fact that Boosted had just sort of gained a huge ult economy imbalance in that point, and there was just nothing they could sort of do about it. Now we go to looks like Village, and it will be slight changes here. It looks like Fat Michael.
Yeah, look at this on the May. This is very interesting. It looks like they're not feeling confident about the goats anymore after being stomped on it real quick by Boosted, by the way. So they're going to swap into a little bit more of a traditional 2-2-2 coming up from both teams. Look how far Delicious is. He wants blood. He's going to back out. He's going to play a little bit safer, though. It's going to be Chaos who moves in and starts swinging. Delicious managed to get Cesario some charge, but Zac already goes down to Gas Rod, and that's 2 picks already, which means it's time to be aggressive. Delicious gets a charge, but it's not going to be enough to kill Chaos. Maybe with some help, Chaos can go down, but no, the peel is there from Gas Roll. This fight was all Gas Roll. He initiated, he peeled, he killed, he attacked, he protect. Most of all,
he wins. So he wins that point, and now this is the advantageous point here for Ghost Peppers. This is where they want to be. Chaos there was actually really good in actually closing up the space there up against Delicious, but now look at this. They're going to use the Maywall and just trap Delicious and take him down. This is what they're going to want to do.
Oof, that is unfortunate. And Delicious had the Shadow there, didn't get to use it, but now Chaos, who was at 30% ult charge, has a little bit more just to even up that economy a little bit.
Yeah, and, big diva loss there. Gasroll actually gets demeched, is going to suicide here, but they're going to have some time here before the rest of the members of Boosted come back.
I see them right now at the gate pushing in already. It looks like Delicious has the Shadow. He's looking for the first opportunity he can get to use it, and there it is. Managed to get Fat Mike. Kill that May. It feels good as a spectator to watch, but Michael says not today. Gets 3 picks of his own. 4 picks. Michael is absolutely insane right now. Look at that. Chaos is down, but it does not matter because Michael's going to solo, Boosted by the way.
And Michael going crazy there on the Ash with a huge dynamite there to just basically start off the fight. And as soon as the fight went uneven, he was just basically imposing as well. Now it's going to be a matter of what can Boosted do. They're 0-63 here, and they've changed our direction again. Delicious now starting to lead his team up onto the high ground, trying to see if they can get a good angle and a good opening kill here by Lokai.
Lokai's a bit tilted by getting killed earlier, so he's going to take out Michael before throwing his barb into the fight, and Zac's Dragons should be coming up soon as soon as Zarya gets the ult as well. Lokai gets a second pick. It's all just ashes today. The Shadow comes through, but it's blocked by Delicious, which is perfect. The bomb does manage to get Panda, which is horrible because he had his grab. And it looks like Memory is going to do his best. He gets 2 kills with the Booperino and secures a fight, but Boosted by the way.
Yeah, and Fat Mike here is all by his lonesome. He wanted to be on the point while he sort of froze, maybe build up a little bit of ult percentage, but now he's pretty staggered. So he's going to wait for his team. Ult economy on both sides looking fairly decent. but a slight advantage here to Boosted by the way, as Delicious and Loci are much closer than what Chaos and Gasroll are going to be. So this should be another sort of hold here from Boosted. So if I am Ghost Peppers, I want to try to sort of get as many ults out as possible and save mine on the next push.
Oh, that's the grab from the dragons to follow, but the Maywall, brilliant. Plus, they even managed to eat the dragon as well. They were so prepared for the grab dragon, they totally nullified all possible damage. And look at that, Michael's gotten the killer memory before he goes down to Flamia. And now that Chaos has... Oh, he blocks the shadow, he gets the nano, he's got the samurai, everything is in place for Chaos right now to start slamming the enemy team. The ults is coming out from all sides. It doesn't matter if you waste all your ulti, if you are Ghost Peppers, you just need to win the fight. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's just Fat Mike versus 4 of Boosted by the way, and he goes down immediately. And look at all the ult wastage.
Yeah, they were actually spent about 3 ults to gain about 6%. It's not necessarily what they wanted here, but a great refight there from Boosted by the way. They actually did not actually spend too many of their ults. It looked like it was going to be bad for them when that Graviton got countered by the Maywall, lifting everybody pretty much out of it. But they were able to sort of fight back, make sure they were able to sort of right themselves. And now Bob is going to come in and see if they can sort of mess up this push by Ghost Peppers.
Look at that, Delicious gets the massive charge into Vicurion, and then he gets another pick of Chaos as well. This is just Delicious doing whatever he wants right now. He has the shadow, but it's going to get killed by the Bob that everyone was ignoring. But it's not going to matter because his team is there to back him up. They're finishing off the targets. And look at that.
Well, it's going to come down to, because they're going to get one more push, and it's Delicious and Chaos here. You look at the way the ults are shorting up. Whoever, if they can even get back on the point,
they can't touch. I don't think they can touch here.
Yeah, the H2O's got to get there quickly. 95, 96. No, they're going to be able to touch. It's going to be a battle of shatters. Who can win the shatter battle is going to win this fight. And Delicious gets pushed off, and his shatter's not going to hit. But a great charge there by him.
It's just mayhem on all sides. Panda manages to finally use the grab, and Luca's there to back it up as well. H2O does get 2 of his own though. This fight is still anybody's game, and it looks like this. Look at this. H2O has gotten 3. What an absolute unit of a Lucio to win the round and keep him in this map. Insane.
That was absolutely fantastic. It was theoretically 2 boop kills by H2O there to win that fight. I thought it was going to come down to the Reinhardts there, but it was actually the Lucio that won them the fight. So H2O, kudos, man. Good job as we go into the Sanctum, and it is going to be who's going to get the boops here. So this is a positioning battle, Raza. So whoever puts themselves in worst position is going to end up losing a lot of the majority of these fights.
This is the throwback to stage 1 Owl, having the recent matches, sitting in the corner trying not to get booped. And Memory and Heisho have both proved already in the 2 rounds that we've watched that they're insane with the boops.
Yeah, they're insane with the boops, and both teams getting ready with similar comps here. Chaos, though, doesn't have the Roadhog that Panda Kev is running. Instead, he's going to be running the Diva instead.
So, and Boosted, by the way, is the first to get set up on point, and they managed to hook in Gasro, who does just fly away without taking any damage. Lokai goes down early, which is going to be not ideal if you're Boosted, by the way, and the shield break just seems to be better for Ghost Peppers, as they managed to knock out Delicious and hook Gasro a second time. Slow and steady, they get the picks, they cap point, and Gasro's going to just walk up a bit further because he's looking for blood. He avoids the hook the 3rd time. Excellent, Gasro. You're learning. I love it.
Yeah, Gasroll doing a good job, but Fat Mike was the key person there. That shield break that came out of the Ghost Peppers, like you were saying, was key for them to win that fight. Take position and be aggressive with regards to Boosted, by the way.
So, and Boosted, by the way, is going to come out the other side of the doors now, and the shield break is just still there, throwing blood right through that shield. Immediately slept and not woken. That's some good discipline. You're not going to see that in comp, my boys. Gasro goes out too far, gets decimated by Panda Kev, and look at this. Now it's Lokai with a pick on Gasro. This is what Boosted needs to start pushing in. Delicious is now on point with this shield. The shield break isn't there anymore now that Fat Mike is dead, so this is going to be easy cleanup as Flamey just is yeeting those grenades. Look at all those assists in the kill feed. Oh,
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, that was your girl Flamia right there, and that was a huge grenade. That basically was the go sign for Boosted, by the way, and they basically pushed in on that, and there was just nothing Ghost Peppers could do about that. So +1 to Flamia there. Look at the ult economy here also. Boosted, by the way, pretty much getting 6 ults here, and it looks like that Ghost Peppers are pretty close too, but Boosted here will have a massive advantage in this fight going to start off with.
That's right. And look at Ghost Peppers. They're going to come from underneath, and they're going to throw out the shield and use the room as a bunker, which is good until that shield breaks, and then this is going to happen. Michael's going to kill Zach before he can get his massive tire off. The Nano's going to come out as well. Ults from all sides everywhere. It's just mayhem on point right now. But Panda Bearcat looks like he's the one who's getting the kills. He managed to get a couple memory with the boop. H2O goes down. Look at that. Boosted just proving that they have the Alpha Lucio, and they'll clean up pretty easily. It's just Fat Mike chilling out in the corner.
Yeah, that was a big kill there onto Gasroll, who was nano boosted at the time to get booped off. He had just used his jets, so there was really nothing he could do. Look at this, Memory getting a late stagger kill onto Fat Mike. Fat Mike poking his head where it shouldn't be, and that's going to force the Ghost Peppers back a little bit and sort of give up some extra percentage.
Absolutely right. And if we have a look at the ults here, it's going to be Fat Mike who needs to land a pretty fat tie here, because if he doesn't, the Nano, the Delicious ult, it's just going to give Boosted, by the way, too much of an advantage. The shield's going to go down. It's going to get broken immediately. Look at that shield break from Zach. Has learned from Fat Mike. The ult's coming out from Delicious, and there's the huge tie, but the team's too spread out, so it's going to get like a max of 1 kill. And there it is. Huge, Fat Mike. We're all very proud of you. And Ghost Peppers is a bit spread out, but they're going to throw the bomb in, and now they're going to slowly converge on point. Bob gets slept and booped off. Mwah, brilliant. The bomb does come in. It's just picks on both sides right now. Just more mayhem on point. It's so hard to cast this consistently when you can't tell what's happening. The gas roll is on Delicious. He's trying to charge up his bomb again after getting another kill. Memory with the big Booperino kill on H2O though. Michael's asleep. Panda Bearcat's going to dink him, but Michael's going to escape on 1 health. And look who's there to help him out. It's Racurion, and that's going to be a point flip.
Yeah, and that was one of those things. That was a tactical give up there on the side of Boosted, by the way. They had gotten their 99%. They had lost a couple players, so they're just going to go in for the full reset. They feel like that they can sort of win the next fight. But there was some just great hooks there by Panda Bear Kev. Hooking the Bob, making sure that like people were sort of moved off of position there by Boosted, by the way. But you know, give it up to Ghost Peppers here. They're not going to give this one up without a fight, as they're starting to build up some percentage here. And Boosted here looking like they're just trying to make sure that they can get this fight and put themselves in a position to sort of take this map.
Absolutely right, and this is the final fight. We have nanos for both sides, but Lukai gets the first pick in the res because Boosted has to push in now. Zach's going to use the tire. He's going to get a 7k probably. Nope, he's going to get H2O, but that's going to be enough because Chaos is going to go down to Memory as well. The alternate tire is going to come out from Fat Mike. He's going to have to land an absolutely massive one though, and he does not. Which means that it's just clean up for Boosted. They need to take out this Diva because Gasrol is going to stall for a while. Gets the Nano to stay alive, and look at this. It looks like the Peppers might have a chance to recontest it. They are getting 2 point. Chaos is purple though. The whole goal doesn't let him touch.
Panda Bear Kev, MVP of that map right there, pulled the ult there right at the end and was not allowing any members of Ghost Peppers to get back onto the point. All of them tried to basically come down the stairs as he was ulting and just didn't allow them to come through. You see Zach here now with a great grab combo here with the barrage, and if you survive a barrage as a Pharah, you've done something right, because a lot of the times you're shot out of the air. Usually 2-for-1, 3-for-1 trades in that particular case, but good stuff there by Zach on the Pharah. And first blood here going to Boosted, by the way. They take this match lead 1-0 over the Ghost Peppers. So it's going to be interesting here. Both teams very, very even here, Raza, at the top of the table match here in the Majors division of the Owlet tournament. Excuse me. Can't call it a league. It's a tournament. So now we go into Route 66, and this is a game of high grounds, low grounds, buildings,
and
abandoned
Bastion.
buildings, and Bastion. The thing about it is like Bastion can be used here on point A, offense or defense. Both teams, I think, are flexible enough to use, but I don't know if we're going to see a Bastion on either side. What do you think?
Look, I think different strategies work at different elos. So when you're in bronze, running goats or dive might not be as effective because you don't know about all the little intricate details that really make a strategy effective. On the flip side, some strategies are more effective in the higher ranks, like goats, as we said. But Bastion is universal. It doesn't matter if you're bronze or GM, Overwatch League, Sabiorby. You can put the most skilled player in the world on Bastion, and you're going to win just as often as if you ran goats or anything else. Look, Ghost Peppers, they lost the first map. All they have to do is say, all right, Obese Miguel, or Fat Mike for you Americans, get on the cart, hold down left click, and we will carry you to victory. And that's what needs to be done. That's it. That's the whole strategy for Ghost Peppers.
Yes. So for those at home listening to the commentary, Raza has been powered by Monster energy drinks for the first time. So that's why you hear him. He's very excited about this match, folks. So, well, it looks like both teams here are just sort of waiting, making sure any substitutes coming in. I see Nursey and Jackson available for Ghost Peppers on the spectators bench, and then for Boosted, by the way, I see Foxer and Zaba. Zaba actually being a player I don't recognize from their roster, so let me check that real quick.
Meanwhile, imagine having a team so strong that you can afford to have a player like Foxer on the bench. What a meme.
Yeah, Foxer, very, very good diva. So she is absolutely fantastic, and actually played for a band, by the way, in Season 1 of Owlet, if I remember right.
Imagine having a diva just 6k, 5k, 4k, 6k. But we'll have you on the bench. Like, oh, come on. What a powerful team. In fact,
yeah, it was Panda Bear Kev, I think that was one of the reasons there. Playing the Hog is one of his strengths, which you saw in Sanctum there. So, Foxer being a diva specialist there is probably one of the reasons that Foxer didn't see any action in Nepal. But we'll probably see Foxer later on here in this match for sure, because the way that the map lineups are going to happen, Horizon, Blizzard World, and I'm thinking Oasis, because I don't think Ghost Peppers are going to get 4-0'd or 3-1. I think this is going to go 5, honestly. Definitely lots of places where you'll definitely need diva specialist for sure.
Absolutely. And I do think that, based on what we're saying about Foxer being on the bench, it is interesting that even so far in the first map of this game, we've seen that this isn't a game where we have average teams being carried by some crazy hitscan player, or the teams who are just one-tricking goats to victory. But both teams have such a wide variety of skill in every single role. Like, for every time that I call out Memray for this massive Lucio boop, there's H2O doing the exact same thing on the other team. Both teams have such a wide variety of skills in the different roles, which is what is making these maps so close and intense.
Yeah, and the thing about it is like an opening kill a lot of the times will determine who will get the better of either team. So, like, Boosted, by the way, losing Lokai, for example, in the beginning of a fight is just such a huge loss because of the amount of DPS that Lokai can pump into the game. So Zach has to sort of make up for what they lose. Or the other way, if Fat Mike goes down or Michael goes down, it's just a huge loss for the Peppers there, and one of them have to sort of step up to the table and see whether or not they can do. And it looks like here, with both teams being as good as they are, some of the supports are stepping in to fill some of the gaps, as you said, with H2O and Memray doing their thing there on the Lucios.
Absolutely. And I've really personally enjoyed the main tank battles between Chaos and Delicious, because I'll be honest, before the match started, I was pretty certain that Delicious was going to wipe the floor with Chaos, because I'd never seen Chaos play, but I'd seen Delicious play. But I have been very wrong. The level of Reinhardt that Chaos has presented so far is really impressive. And not only is he contesting Delicious, but he's winning a lot of the fights. It's surprisingly 50-50, and I think that having such a strong tank core with Chaos and Gastro is really making things difficult for the DPS and Boosted, by the way, at times.
Yeah, and Ghost Peppers here, credit their coaches a lot, WC and Connor, for a lot of their play. So when we interviewed Nursey last week on my stream when I was casting the Ghost Peppers, Nursey was saying, like, WC was doing such a great job sort of prepping the team, making sure that they were doing their right stuff, and you can sort of see that in the play of the tanks as Chaos and Gasroll there are basically teaming up really, really well, and credit to the coaches there for helping them as they're going wrong. So, like, early on, especially, Ghost Peppers were just having a couple issues there, sort of losing their main tank initially in the beginning of a fight, and then they would sort of compensate with their great DPS play. But here, you see them up against a really good tank and Delicious, and they're holding their own, and that is exactly what you want to see. So not being overly aggressive, but picking your spots properly, definitely going to be key here for Ghost Peppers.
Even on a much more meta level, they were running goats, and as soon as it stopped working, they were able to switch instantly to a new comp. It's such a great trait that they've been coached into, I think, to realize what the problem is and then to fix it immediately.
Yeah.
But they're right back into goats, so let's go.
So on defense, you'll see that Delicious and Panda Kev have gone with the pulled pork combo here. So they'll probably set up farther back because with an Orisa comp, it's a pretty static comp. So Delicious will probably end up playing right above Big Earls and try to sort of pull him back, which means that they'll concede a lot of the ground here leading to the first corner. Zach will be trying to pop in rockets here, but no Bastion like you were hoping for, Raza. So here we go. It will be me on play-by-play for map 2, as it looks like the Goats comp here from Ghost Peppers will be sort of moving in, making sure they're looking for anybody who's sort of peeking out. They see the bombs here coming out from Zach, so they know they expect a Junkrat, and they see the Orisa and Delicious up top. So they're just trying to sort of hold their ground, make sure they can move the payload, and the real engage will happen in front of Big Earls.
That's right, and Panda Bearcat's looking for some sneaky hooks, so didn't catch. Oh, look at that, blocked by the shield.
Yeah, they're trying to use that mini grab to put Panda Bear Kev in a good situation for sort of the hook. But here it is. Here's the engage here, and all the kills going the way here of Boosted by the way. They're doing a pretty decent job here of eliminating the members of the Ghost Peppers. Ghost Peppers have to fall back. Chaos actually realizing what is going on is going to charge himself back into spawn. They just couldn't actually get any positioning there, Raza.
It's almost as if not running Bastion means you lose. Crazy. But on a more serious note, Zach now has his tire, so as soon as the Ghost Peppers have committed to the fight, we're going to expect he's going to yeet on out that tire, get a massive play of the game that's going to be real good. But we're going to see some comp changes out of Ghost Peppers, like we were saying earlier. They've recognized the problem, so they're going to run double snipers. And we're going to see Fat Mike on his famed Widowmaker.
Yeah, and this could be problematic here. They just got to make sure that they can destroy Delicious's shield, and Fat Mike is going to have a little bit of a field day, but instead it's Panda Bear Kev that actually wraps around and kills Michael. That payload is still moving though, so they're still having a little bit of advantage trying to move that through. Bob actually will be on the payload here to sort of stop all the movement now. It looks like most of Ghost Peppers are actually trapped inside of Big Earls, as Zach is just using that tire to sort of stall them out. Fat Mike there trying to get the tire, unable to do so. That tire actually does get both of the supports now. Gas roll by himself in that baby, not going to be able to do anything, and it is a wipe here for the Ghost Peppers.
And Boosted, by the way, has such a massive advantage. We're going to real quick swap to Raz's coaching corner. If you're running a death bullet kind of comp, try not to walk into the narrow corridors versus the Junkrat, otherwise he will charge his ult off you in 3 seconds and then tie you indoors, which is never a fun feeling. But we do see now that Chaos has the Shatter and Rakurion has the Nano. So we're going to see Chaos be very aggressive here, and he's going to get the Nano as soon as he goes low, and the plan is just pocket Chaos and let him win.
But they can't really get started because Panda Bear Kev here is doing such a great job sort of being a distraction and flanking from behind. He's already eliminated 2 players by himself here, and this push from Ghost Peppers here is all for naught. They're not going to be able to do anything. They haven't gotten the kills that they wanted, and the contribution here from the DPS has just not been very fruitful, as it looks like here is it just going to be another advantageous fight here for Boosted by the way.
That's right. The DPS... They can't really get picks when the tanks aren't in the fight making space and distracting tanks. So it's on Chaos and Gasrel to be in the fight before they can expect Fat Mike and Michael. Hey, matching names, matching classes, how crazy. Can get some big old picks. So Fat Mike's just going to yeet on out the ult. He needs Zach in the back line. But Zach, he knows, he's hiding behind the rock so well. He doesn't want to die before he gets up his next tire.
Yeah, and then it looks like their approach here is a little better compared to the other 2 that they've had. It looks like though Panda Bear Kev is still going to be on the high ground, but Zach gets a huge kill there onto Michael. But the Nanoboost here going into Chaos, trying with the Shatters, not going to be able to hit anything as Lokai takes out H2O, and Panda Bear Kev down goes Fat Mike. That payload there is going to be stuck. Gas Roll here has to make a decision. He's got to pretty much die really, really quickly. 17 seconds left to go. They're going to get 1 push left, but they've just unable to break here, Boosted by the way.
Look, Hodo, they stagger. They staggered Gasrel for as long as they could. Now Gasrel will not be getting back to the fight in time. This is rough. H2O is gonna die before he ults. Look at that.
Yeah, and they couldn't get there. H2O tried to zoom in and get to the payload, but a great hook again there by Panda Bear Kev. they're just having serious issues dealing with the Roadhog, who has been contributing massively here for Boosted by the Way. They just have no answer for Panda Bear Kev. Earlier on in the match, he was just basically wrapping around and killing supports. Later on there, he was killing Fat Mike on the Widow and just not being able to allow him to sort of get the snipes that he wanted. And the payload here, just right before point one, is a very problematic spot.
Absolutely right. And it wasn't a bad strategy from Ghost Peppers, but it could have been improved upon in most ways. For example, the rest of Boosted, by the way, were hiding on the high ground in a wide variety of areas, which means playing the close death ball. They couldn't close in the distance on any particular team member of Boosted, by the way, without first getting picked off once or twice. Then once they swapped to the snipers, the tanks had no one to help them when they pushed in. Because Fat Mike, he can target the Junkrat as much as he wants, but it doesn't matter if he even picks him off when both of his tanks are dead. And we saw Chaos throw a bit of a desperation shatter out towards the end, but it was just so easy for Delicious to block because every factor of that fight was in Boosted by the Way's favor. He knew the shadow was coming. He had his cooldowns. Just unfortunate. But if you look towards the top of your screen, Hotohori and Wheezy chat, you're going to see something a little bit special. A little desperation play, if you will.
Bastion has its places, and you see Fat Mike come out with him now on top of Big Earls. So they're gonna try to see if they can just sort of hold them here in the top corner. So here you see Boosted by the Way here going with the dive. This might not necessarily be the right play considering that they have a Bastion there, but they're going to try their best here. Panda Bear Kev is going to be able to sort of DM and move a lot of the Bastion's damage out of the way. Chaos there gets a huge kill onto Lokai. So there was one of the opening kills there that they were sort of looking for. With Lokai down, they're probably going to just wait here around the corner to see what is going to happen. They don't want to poke out or Fat Mike's going to just obliterate them. So they just want to make sure what's going on.
Lokai and being the opening kill. Name a more iconic duo. But meanwhile, Lokai is going to get back, and that's going to be the dive. It's a little bit mistimed.
And they eliminate Fat Mike immediately there, so great kill there, but along with Fat Mike, they got H2O too. So big kills there. Gasroll is able to get Panda Bear Kev out of the mech, but this payload is still moving as Gasroll is just unable to stop the rest of the members of Boosted by the Way, who has eliminated all of his members here. Chaos is now split from the rest of the team. He's got to make an urgent sort of dive onto the other side. He's asleep. He's not going to be able to make it to the payload. Luckily, H2O and Fat Mike are actually going to be there. Fat Mike here now on the Tracer just to make it back in time. Chaos here by himself on the payload. Golden Box of Victory is right there. He's going to get eliminated, and I think that might be that. No, Gasroll actually makes it back in time here to stall.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Recurion's going to do his best, but look at this.
Yeah, it looks like here Michael and the rest of the team here are trying to sort of stall the best they can. Chaos coming out here on the hamster, trying to sort of stall him out as best as they can, but that's gonna be that though. Boosted by the Way, having their way here on 66 and take a huge 2-0 lead here over the Ghost Peppers.
Well, just like my first date with Emma when I was 14, this was very swift and disappointing. Boosted, by the way, played this so well, honestly. The defense was great, the dive was great. Just excellent play all around. And look at Panda Bear Kevin to play the game. He's just closing his eyes, holding down left click, and people are just standing in front of his bullets. It's insane.
Yeah, there was no answer for Panda Bear Kev there in that sort of push. He was eliminating backline players left and right, and there was just nothing Ghost Peppers could do about it. They just had no answer for the hooks, so it was very problematic there for the Peppers. And now we go into a little bit of a halftime here, and there are going to be some switches coming in for both teams. So, this is going to be super important time here, Raza. Going into Horizon, they need a map win.
Horizon, everyone's favorite map. Yes, this is going to have to be big for Ghost Peppers. And I think, in general, over the previous map, what they did wrong is that they died before they could get kills. But more specifically, I think this was a teamwork and communication breakdown. Band, by the way, were playing as a team, calling their targets, and they were focusing down. You saw in the final fight there, each target one after another, bam, bam, bam. Meanwhile, Ghost Peppers were running the double snipers, and it was kind of an every man for himself. It looked like Ghost Peppers were playing competitive. It was Fat Mike standing in the corner thinking, all right, I'm going to get some picks and we're going to win this fight. And there's Michael and Honzo saying, I need to charge my ult so I can get a big dragon off. And the team play wasn't quite there. I think going into Horizon here, Ghost Peppers really needs to start playing together towards the common goal, like a team and not a competitive group. I think that's going to be the win condition right now for Ghost Peppers if they want to manage to take even a map off Ben, by the way. Boost,
Yeah,
by the way.
the thing about it is a map like Horizon will actually force them to do so. The map is somewhat tight, so even through point A and point B, that'll keep them in a sort of smaller, tight, more compact position that might be more advantageous here for the Peppers to sort of do what they do. But Band, by the way, here, you see Foxer coming in. This is going to be more of a diva map. So you see Foxer coming in for Panda Bear Kev. Panda Bear Kev, the the Roadhog here is going to be benched for Band, by the way. But this is when you expect Foxer to sort of step up with the diva bombs and with the defense matrices. And remember, there were some slight changes on the DM, so there is a little bit of a more of a delay. So you have to be a little smarter on how you use it. So it'll be interesting to see how they've adjusted to the DM changes. But Foxer, I guarantee she's probably going to be looking for some big 4Ks, big 5Ks here. So GP has got to be careful here with what has been going on, and they just really just need to get it together and get like a good fight win. They can get a good fight win, they can build off that, they can move on, and then maybe they can steal Horizon away from Band, by the way. Then it's all to play for going into Blizzard World.
Hodo? Oh,
yes.
Hodo. So it looks like I've just gotten news. I've just been in the Ghost Peppers Discord channel, and their coach has not been talking about strategy or anything like that. Instead, he's just been playing a YouTube video from this speech about the football movie with Al Pacino. And it looks like he's doing his best to encourage Ghost Peppers right now and motivate it. Look, no, he's switched tabs. Now he's playing Any Song by Two Steps from Hell, I think the band is called. He's really just doing all he can to make Ghost Peppers not feel really sad and disappointed after that final map, and it's going to have to be big. I think I could, while I was there, I audibly heard a sigh of relief from the supports of Ghost Peppers when Panda Bear Kev was swapped out. But at the same time, I heard a groan of disappointment from the DPS when Foxer was switched back in. So I'm not sure where morale is right now for Ghost Peppers, but it's going to have to be big here on Horizon.
It's a mental game, Raza. Like, yeah, these are the two best teams here in the Owlet Majors division as of this moment. So Ghost Peppers going down 2-0 was not something that they really were thinking was going to happen. And now it's a fight against whether or not they get sucked in to the fact that, like, you know, you're down 2-0. It's a mental game. I try to tell all the teams that I coach that a lot of the times, you know, your biggest enemy is going to end up being yourself. So you've got to go into this match thinking, I'm going to win this match. We're going to take it one step at a time. It's not going to matter. And any given Sunday, that speech by Al Pacino, awesome. That is an awesome speech. So if anybody wants to go onto my YouTube channel, I do have a list of motivational speeches that you can sort of pick from my open playlist.
Really?
That is one of them. There's also the speech from what is it, the Notre Dame movie? What is it? Rudy. So when Rudy is about to quit the team, he doesn't get chosen to be dressed in the final game. He meets the groundskeeper, who ends up being a former player for Notre Dame, and gives him this motivational, you know, you've survived with the greatest team in the land for 3 years, and you're now going to get a degree from the University of Notre Dame. Those are the types of speeches that you need to sort of pump up your team.
Hodo, are you okay? Is your self-esteem okay?
You just need motivation sometimes, Raza. And right now,
you're right.
Right now, Ghost Peppers can use all the motivation they need. They need to get back into this match.
You're right. Chat, can you please link Ghost Peppers Hodo's playlist, because they need everything they can get. Look at this. They're just gonna straight up, if it worked for Boosted, by the way, it'll work for us. And they're gonna run almost the exact same comp that Boosted run on Route 66 over here. Meanwhile, Fox with the sim, wow. Oh look, Foxer swapped to Diva. What a funny and original joke, Foxer.
They're trying to debate the casters, but they're going full dive, which is a very interesting choice here, because they're actually going to be trying to eliminate Chaos and Michael off of the high ground as quick as they can. So once they come around that corner, they're probably going to just jump onto where Chaos is going to be positioned. Jackson's job there is to sort of either boop them off or kill them before they can actually hit the ground. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here.
That's right. So the win condition right now for Boosted, by the way, is to kill the rest of Ghost Peppers before all of Boosted, by the way, dies. That's generally the condition here. So they're going to try to jump to them and then shoot them to death. Foxy is going to take a bit of damage first, though. And there is the jump. Step 1 worked. Step 2 killing didn't. Lokai goes down to Michael. It's going to feel bad if you're Lokai. Lokai, iconic duo dying first. And it looks like Boosted, by the way, is just going to chill downstairs. Michael's going to get another one. And yeah, Boosted's going to yeet on out to safety again.
Yeah, losing Zach there was just a little too much. Memory goes down too, so this is going to be a reset here coming out from Boosted, by the way. But as I said, they were diving in right into Jackson's bombs, but it is actually Michael here who's doing the work, using that Ash with that sort of mid-range damage, trying to take out Lokai. You'll see the ult advantage here. Michael already 20% above where Lokai is supposed to be.
That is absolutely right. And now what's going to happen is the team again, Boosted's going to dive in, Lokai's going to die. Fight again. So that's the jumping in. Lokai's still full HP though, which is crazy. The dive's actually going okay. It's stopped going okay now because both tanks are dead. That's not great if you're Boosted, by the way. It's going to be another reset, and the dive into the Arrested Junkrat is just maybe a little bit optimistic. Lokai's on point. He seems to think he can solo. He's going to give it a go. No, he's realized that he cannot kill Mercy and is going to back out.
Yeah, Zach here is playing a dangerous game. He does not want to get picked off here. Jackson is just looking for the kill right now. But it looks like the reset, he's going to stay alive, maybe just barely. But he's going to have not that much amount of health here. They're going to try to see if they can draw him out. But in the meantime here, they're going to stay on this dive. As here they come again, Dynamic Speed is going to come across. And Zach got trapped. He's not going to be able to use his tire, but the Lucio ult comes out. And Michael here is going huge with Bob.
Look at that. No, don't give Michael credit for that. Michael pressed Q and then Bob did the work there. Bob just won the team fight for Ghost Peppers, and boy, am I happy to see that. Look at this, only a minute 50 left, and Zach's on the Junkrat, Flamey is on the Mercy. That's a hero that is not as expected in general for Flamey, because Mercy is so good at clicking things, but maybe her finger's getting tired from clicking left all the time. So what's going to happen here is Delicious is going to dive up, Lokai's going to die, and the fight will begin. It's actually going to be really big if Lokai can get a bob off here, so he has to be careful not to die. Delicious is going to yeet on in, get slept, use his ult, feed 1,000 ult charge, and back out. He does manage to escape with his life though, which is huge. So now that the fight has started, Bob's going to come on in the backline, he's going to start pressuring all those supports, and Dynamic's going to use the bomb, and he's going to kill no one with it because there was no one on point. That's going to be a big ult from Memory just to keep the team alive, but it's not giving everyone the heals they need. And Mercurion goes down. That's 1 pick. That's 4 picks. Look at that. This is massive. And Boosted, by the way, says main, please main, and they're going to with ease.
Yeah, so what happened there is it looks like Ghost Peppers fell for the debate. So when Delicious started ulting, he basically kept the attention of the entire team. And that allowed Boosted, by the way, to basically sneak onto point. So when he sort of jumped out, the rest of his team members were already there, and it gave them the positioning that they wanted to get the fight in. And now they're going to try to snowball in here and try to see if they can get an early point take here. But it looks like there's Ghost Peppers are sort of focused in onto the corner and are not going to give up that area, as Dynamic Speeds has now switched over to the Roadhog, trying to see if they can get a big hook. But it's Jackson with 2 big kills immediately.
Look at that. Delicious and Flamia say, "Here, Jackson, here's your tire." And going into next fight, when Delicious and Flamia get back to the fight, it's going to be Jackson who's going to rip out that tire and get a massive 7k. It's going to happen. Meanwhile, Michael's been in the background here just getting some picks, so watch his bob. It's going to be big.
Yeah, the thing about it is the way that they're positioned. I think if they use their ult properly, they shouldn't lose any of these fights. At least in the next two.
Speaking of using ults properly, the dragon hits no one. Comes out. The tire, nothing's happening for any of these ults so far, but the picks are going towards the side of Boosters, by the way. Currently, Michael's just chilling on the high ground, uncontested, getting the big picks. Gets Flamia, biggest pick of them all. Lokai's gonna get one of his own. A little bit of mayhem right now. It's just free-for-all quick play, but it looks like the picks maybe not. Look at this, the Bob and the Trance come out. Chaos is just chilling, just staying alive, still until his team gets back, trying to not die, and is doing a good job of it. The Nana comes through, so now he's gonna start swinging, and he's gonna put a lot of damage onto Delicious, who gets real low and is knocked out. Look at that, brilliant.
Great stall there by Ghost Peppers. They didn't panic. That Bob came out there and just sort of tried to throw Chaos off. wasn't able to do so. And Chaos there sort of held his ground, make sure he was very, very patient, got the nano boost, and basically was able to sort of force them back off the point. They're going to try again here. Lokai's got to be super careful, trying to dynamite in, trying to see if he can get anybody. Doesn't actually hit anyone, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get picked off there from Jackson, who is now switched over to the Honda.
That is absolutely correct. Good on him. Just keep shaking things up a little bit. Delicious is gonna start moving in, take a bit of damage, but it's gonna get healed fast. Flamia has moved to the Ana. Dynamics is but it's gonna eat most of it. Just gonna put some minor damage onto Delicious. It's gonna be a bit of a reset as there's one pick now for both teams. And Lokai didn't die first. Congratulations. But look, they managed to charge Foxer, so they're gonna stall Foxer for so long. No, they're not. They're gonna kill her immediately. That's fine too. It's a strategy.
Yeah, I think they could kill her right away. They didn't. They were getting rained on from the back, so they didn't want to get. They didn't want to risk losing a player there, even though they had gotten Foxer out of the mech. And now they're just gonna have to wait for her to come back. Lokai here still trying to press his luck here. Michael trying to take the fight, and Lokai is the one that wins the fight. So they're up 6v5. This should be key for them to go in now, and that's what they're going to do. Try to go in on that dragon, see if they can get anybody.
So the dragon and the bot both get nothing. We're gonna see picks both sides. Jackson says my point in it. He had 2 picks of his own, and more ults now. Still nothing from the ults. It turns out good old-fashioned bullets are the best way to kill someone. Jackson's holding on to his ult because he knows, unlike his team, that it's good to use him when you need him, and he's gonna have it for the next fight.
Yeah, and the Bob there was a little bit of insurance here just to make sure that nobody ended up taking that point just in case they lost anyone. And Michael with a huge stagger kill here on Memory.
Oof.
So that's just going to eat up another 10 seconds here before to wait for that slow Zenyatta to come back. So this is going to be it. I think they're probably going to have one clean fight, and that's going to be it. Anything else, if they lose this fight, it's just going to be a desperation push coming out.
And they might be they're pushing in too early. The team's not there, but Jackson gets eaten. Said about good. That was not ideal, but it was excellent by Foxer. Look at that, Memories gets a pick, and by the time he's gotten the pick, the shadows come through, hit Mercy through the shield somehow, and the ult will come out just to keep himself and his team alive as Delicious charges in. He misses the charge, but he has the nano, so he's just going to swing and hope for the best, and he gets the best. Can he get the Ana as well? Can he do it? It's going to be Memory with the next pick. Look at this. The ults were just so good there. But Dynamic has the grab. He's going to use it and then die. Maybe should have let a couple of ticks go by. The Bob is going to come through now. Michael gets a pick on Memory before the Bob even does anything. Gets a second pick on Zac. And look at this. Michael is doing so much work uncontested right now. Hammer down. It comes through. He doesn't get anyone, but it's not really needed because it's just the mech which is going to explode. Hit nothing. I was wrong. It's going to hit 2. But that won't matter because Ghost Peppers have a solid handle on that point. Communication, teamwork there. Mwah. Bellissimo. That's what they say in Russia.
Dynamics B scared me there using that Graviton when he did. Like, that was one of those things in which I think he just got a little panicked and used it there. I think if he would have saved it and just sort of waited for the rest of the team, that fight could have actually ended up being a little easier there on the end. But good job there. That was the type of fight that Ghost Peppers needed. It was sloppy, but it was dirty. But it's very, very winnable because they did not get the point take here on Horizon. So now they just need to make sure they can take point A relatively quickly here versus Boosted. Boosted actually took pretty much the entire time before they were able to get the point. They can get this quickly. 63.5% is a very, very respectable percentage point for them to get. It's basically 2 ticks. So if they can get 2 ticks, they'll make this a 2-1 match going into Blizzard World.
That is absolutely correct. And look at these comps already. Very interesting. We're seeing a lot of this Orisa junk today, especially from Delicious and Jack. It was interesting to watch Flamia and the Mercy there, but I think it's going to be good to see Flamia back on the Ana here. And I realize now reading chat, and I've talked about Flamia a lot so far this cast, but such a good Ana.
You want to point out players who are very, very good, and Flamia is good here. But don't sleep on Rokorion there on the other side. So Rokorion known for hitting those big grenades when they absolutely need to. They're going to need him here. So like they're going in with the Goats comp. So basically this is going to be rushing. There's 2 ways they can do this. They can go wrap around the corner on the far side, or just really just go under them and just go right to the point and go right under them. So it'll be interesting to see which direction they choose.
And it looks like they might be going upstairs through the narrow corridor with a Junkrat, which is an interesting strategy, but I hope them the best. No,
they're
look
just
at that. They're going to turn. That is brilliant. They're going to go right to the point, and the rest of Boosted, by the way, is going to rotate up a high ground and get a massive, massive purple. This is why Flamey's so good. But this is Chaos on point right now. Recurion just can't keep up the healing because of the purple. He's going to get back into it right now, but it might not be enough. This pick's already come through, but no, before a tick can happen, Delicious touches point. Delicious is going to die for it, though. And we might see a tick soon, but the tire gets through.
Big kill by Zach here, but the advantage here still with the offense, as it looks like they're going to try to see if they can get any stagger kills here. They did get a tick, so that's good, but remember, they just need to sort of gather back up here, make sure that they can get back with the rest of their team and sort of push on them short-handed. But Dynamics B going down and Michael going down there at the end, it's going to stall them. They're going to need a full reset.
That's right, they didn't get the tick there. They were so close. But
they didn't? Oh!
Delicious and Fox, though, juggled the point so that the tick wouldn't get got. So
Get got. Yeah, that's proper English there, Roz.
It's Australian English.
Get gotten.
You wouldn't understand, Hodori. And there are no Australians in chat to tell me otherwise, so you guys can't say I'm wrong.
You know, it's a penal colony down there where you live, so what are you going to expect, right? They don't teach proper English.
Wow, that sounds like Hodo. Speaking of penal colonies, we're going to see another push. Dynamic is going to get demeched immediately. The rallies already come out. They may as well invest. Chaos is running to point, leaving his team behind to die. Purple comes through, but Chaos finally realizes, maybe I should shield my team. But it looks like it might be a bit too late because the Bob's going to come through. Big old fight on point. Chaos charges into the golden Orisa, and that's another tire to end another fight.
Yeah, Jackson here on the point here, just for last minute cleanup. Still unable to get a point here. Pretty solid defense here. Solving up from Boosted, by the way. It really is all about the engage. So if they need to be able to engage cleanly here, losing their diva on the engages here has been really, really difficult for them to sort of stop any damage coming through. Their first push when they actually made it to the point and everybody made it to the point, if it wasn't for the grenade there from Flamia, I think they would have been able to take that point there in the end.
Wow, what a sick Anna. Meanwhile, the team gets the good nade this time from their own team, but it's not going to stop that getting demeched and killed second time. And now that they're all purple, you're going to reset, surely, and just take the next fight. Yeah, Chaos is going to charge out and leave his team to die, and they will. Recurion goes down, and it's open season for the rest of the team right now. It's free all charge, you're boosted, by the way. Chaos, they're your friends.
So they're going to have a pretty decent ult bank here, and they need to win this fight. So essentially here, it's going to matter who is going to be able. Can Michael maybe stall them up there on the high ground and use a graviton to maybe get them out of the way so they can at least get to point? Or are they going to use the grav if they can get to point? But the key here is Dynamics B's. He's got to be able to survive at least one of these pushes, and that's going to stop the push in general right there. My God!
Oh man, that's 5 kills from Lokai there.
Lokai getting his revenge for all the insta-kills that he was getting at the beginning of fights right there. So he gets his revenge, but they leave too much time on the clock. So they're still...
Yeah, there's still a fight. There's not going to be a Lucio here, though, so they just assume that Dynamic can touch point without dying again. Good luck, Dynamic. I'm ready for it. See it happen. Meanwhile, there's the tire, and Lokai gets the first pick this time, which is excellent. The tire manages to get a... Yeah, it's actually pretty solid. Chaos and Nursey go down. And there is the Hammond on point, but I don't know how well. Look, no, he doesn't. And that would be another map for Boosted, by the way.
And not just another map, that's going to be a match win, because that makes it a 3-0 here over the Ghost Peppers. My prediction of a 5-mapper was incorrect here. Boosted, by the way, having their way with the Ghost Peppers here on point A of Horizon, and
much like Emma never did with me.
And now you see Lokai taking out all of his frustrations of being killed first, all on Ghost Peppers there. So good job there by Lokai getting that play of the game. But for Ghost Peppers, it's just going to be a matter of seeing whether or not they can improve. And make sure they do not get 4-0'd here as they go into Blizzard World. Ghost Peppers, it's just, I just think that they were just having real issues getting onto the point there. Dynamics Bees was just getting killed way too fast trying to get onto the point, and it was just sort of gimping them in the fact that they just, a 5v6 on the point was just never going to be a winning situation there for Ghost Peppers. So Boosted, by the way, holding strong there on point A, not giving it up to him, and now we go into our fourth map, which will be Blizzard World, Raza.
It absolutely will be Blizzard World, everyone's favorite map. And boy, oh boy, I hope we see some cheese coming out of Boosted, by the way, here. Lokai, it really interests me as a player, because either he plays at 0%, he walks out, and he dies as soon as the fight starts, or he walks in, gets a 12k, and ends it. Like, there's not a lot of in-between with Lokai. He's either hard carrying, or he's putting in a great effort. And it makes for some interesting Overwatch, especially when he has these little 1v1s with Miguel over here.
Yeah, so we saw some great 1v1s there on point B of Horizon. So it's like, Lokai is a gambler. What can you say? So it's like, you pays your money, it takes your chances. And sometimes he gambles and wins, and sometimes he gambles and loses. And I think it's one of those things in which it's like you want a DPS to be able to have that sort of ability to wipe out an entire team by himself. I mean, it can be utterly frustrating if he's the one that's going to get eliminated first, but at the same time, you go through 2 fights, then all of a sudden he pops off, takes out 5, and the fight's won, and there's just nothing you really needed to do. You actually put your team into a good ult advantage situation because one guy ends up taking out the rest of the other team, and it's just fantastic.
The skill on Boosted, by the way, is especially interesting to me, given the average age of the team, because they're actually, most of them are surprisingly young. Lokai is actually only 14 years old, which is so interesting. And Panda Bearkev is actually, I think, 15, and then Flamey is 12. So it's so impressive that such a young team can do so well.
The thing about it is I think age doesn't matter. I'm 40 and I'm terrible at Overwatch. So I just think it's just one of those things. I think if you've been playing enough and know the game, you can be 6 and isn't there a grandmaster who's aged 13? His dad's been trying to get him to play with pros. Yeah. So there's that guy. I mean, that guy is insane, and he's been playing with some of the crazy pros that are out there doing their thing. So age ain't no thing for anybody out there when it comes to Overwatch skill.
I'm looking through my stats now, and there's actually Delicious as well is still only in grade school, which is, I think it's 4 members of this team who are still in. Yeah, he's 13 as well.
I can hear you scroll. Is it turning pages into your notes?
I'm just trying to find my numbers.
Is that the encyclopedia of Boosted, by the way?
It's, based on some of the research I've done into Boosted, by the way, I wrote an article about them. So I think it's Lokai is 14, Flamer is 12, Delicious is 14, and then Panda is 15, which is just so impressive, I guess, that they're performing at such a high level.
Yeah. Well, speaking of articles, Raza here will be writing a second draft, but he will be writing an article for Owlet Journalism. For those out there who are interested in reading some of the stories written by your fellow members of the Owlet Tournament Discord, check out the Owlet Journalism page, I guess, on owlettournament.com. Is that right, Raza?
Yes, that is absolutely correct. And there is an article. To those of you in chat who have the same suspicions as I do regarding Blinker and his nefarious intentions, definitely keep an eye out on that website, because it's going to be big. There will be a tell-all, and it is coming soon. And I've just actually been DM'd from someone who Boosted, by the way. It turns out Memra is also only 10 years old. How?
Yes. They keep getting younger, Raza. What is going on? You're next going to tell me that Foxer hasn't even been born yet.
It's crazy. Foxer, I actually do have Fox's age. Hang on, let me find it. Yeah, let me get my...
In the meantime, folks, we're getting ready here for Blizzard World. Yo Omega here, who is our lobby host, has been sort of, he's going to need a second here. If you are joining us in the middle of progress here, Boosted, by the way, are leading this match over the Ghost Peppers 3-0 here in this special Wednesday night edition of the Owlet tournament, especially casting for you on an odd day here. Normally we normally cast here on the channel on Saturdays through Tuesdays, but this was a specially scheduled match, and they get their own little night to themselves. And it has been a pretty good exhibition here from Boosted and Ghost Peppers. Ghost Peppers, unfortunately, getting the worst end of it all, just not being able to win in a close Nepal there. A 2-1 Nepal, and then going into the next map on Route 66, getting full held there on point A. So now, try a little bit of a little different map. It is your hybrid map. It will be Blizzard World, and it will be Flamia, Panda Bear Kev, and the rest of Boosted here on defense first, whereas it will be Ghost Peppers here in red.
That is
so Raza,
right. And,
going
yes?
through your notes there, is there anything else that you want to mention here about Boosted, by the way?
I did find my Foxer page, actually, now that you... And Foxer is 19, female, single. She runs cross-country, plays Overwatch, and she has a high-pitched anime kind of voice. And it also says here, I believe, that she is looking for DMs. So any of you guys in chat, she's specifically not playing this map so she can respond to her DMs. So if there's anyone out there looking real thirsty...
Please don't actually DM Foxer. Please don't do it.
Please don't do that. So for Foxer, if you are listening to the cast, blame Raza for all of a sudden your Discord going crazy. So in the meantime here, it will be on defense, the rest of Boosted, by the way. We're seeing them come out here pretty much in a 2-2-2 with Zach and Lokai. Being the DPS here, and Lokai going with the Ashe, and Zach here with the Junkrat, trying to sort of suppress maybe what they're expecting to come out here from the Ghost Peppers. Peppers here looking like Nursey and Michael will be going up in the air with a pharmacy. So Lokai's here's job is probably going to try to take out all those members of people in the air. Jackson will be trying to take out Lokai in a sort of Ashe v Ashe duel. So here we go. Raza here now taking the brunt of the damage here on Discord, so he's got to handle what's going on here. The rest of Ghost Peppers here going through the underbelly and trying to see if they can make it around the side. Dynamics Bees here will be on Zarya, so just making sure here what is going on.
Look at this, and Michael's already getting real low, but the healing from Nurses.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going up into the air here, and they've actually gotten good position. They're not losing anybody here on the initial push, as it looks like most of Boosted here are actually going to sort of fall back onto the point. Lokai gets the job done, killing Michael, but Michael immediately going to get rezzed, but losing Chaos here is going to put them in a terrible position. Lokai goes down, but that is not enough here, and that's going to force the members here of Ghost Peppers right back to spawn.
That's right, and you can see Memory in those... his Discords are on point, and his team is following up so well. But also, I think Lokai heard when we were memeing on about being the first to die consistently, and he hasn't done it in so long. It's so good. I'm specifically looking for occasions where I can flame him for dying first, but he just won't. His staying with his team is getting kills, and it's actually really good. I hear that I had an interview with a couple of his friends from school, and they told me that he was just like that in real life as well. And look at that, Chaos the monkey kills the tire.
Yeah, Chaos with a big kill on the tire there, so Zach losing a little bit of the DPS there. So he was looking for an opening kill, did not get it, so that's going to force Chaos and Dynamic Beast to sort of jump on in. Michael gets a huge kill onto Lokai as the first kill, and now Jackson trying to sort of kill the rest of the members here of Band, by the way. Michael gets a great kill there onto Flamia, and now it's just going to be a matter of time here before they take the point.
There was a good shout out from Delicious, but the follow-up wasn't there because Lokai walked into the fight alone and died before the fight really started. But that was excellent by Ghost Peppers, and they will cap first with 2 minutes remaining. So good, and not only that, but they do have the Pharah ult, which is going to be excellent. It's going to be important because Panda's going to be looking to use that grab with the Barb soon, and maybe a Nano sprinkled in there. So the ult usage next fight is going to be very good. Look at that.
And here comes, it's a Nano Delicious here trying to see if he can buzz down members in the Graviton, but Rokorion going to use the Transcendence immediately. Nobody on the point here, so they've decided, hey, we're just going to try and kill people right away. Michael getting res there after being taken out, and a Bob gets sent out onto the field here. And that's just going to sort of pacify the members of Boosted by the Way. It's going to force them back a little bit while they move the payload. Lokai and Mimri getting kills here, so that's actually going to be very good here for Boosted, as they're going to try to sort of move on in and try to sort of increase the amount of space that they're going to have and fight here. Dynamic Bees, huge DMEC here, as he was the only person left onto the point here, and the rest of the members of the Ghost Peppers are going to have to back up. 3:25 here left on the clock, and a reset coming in here from Ghost Peppers.
That's right, and that was Boosted really came together well there. They were a bit spread out at the start, but I've been told by Delicious's preschool teachers that he has leadership in the classroom, and clearly it's paying off here as main tank is really pulling the team together. And this is the Bob running in, which means that there will be an engaged here, dynamic teammates again for the 20 trillionth time. And
it looks like Dynamics B getting demeched here is just basically allowing Boosted by the Way to have their way here with the Peppers into the back. Panda Bear, Karev, and Lokai getting the big kills that they needed, as now another reset's going to have to come through. 2:47 here, and they're having a really tough time trying to break this choke. It looks like there are no real ults here. Dynamic Beast is going to be able to use the bomb here to sort of make some space, but some changes here is Nursey and Michael. Michael coming in here on to the Reaper. Lokai getting a huge kill onto Jackson, so that's going to stall them up here a little bit. So Dynamic Beast here it's going to be super important. She's positioning the Diva here on the other side, just waiting for the bomb to come in right as they're about to engage, but instead they're going to be waiting on the other side here, waiting for Jackson to sort of come back.
that is right, and Lokai's going to try to spread out from the rest of the team so he can make himself as good of a target as he can. But look at that, Delicious is in.
Yeah, and it looks like Lokai actually is able to send a dynamite there into the backline and kill Rokurion. Nursey goes down too, so no supports here for Ghost Peppers, as now they're starting to get taken down again as Dynamic Beast gets taken out by Zach. They're just not it's these engages from Ghost Peppers that are just really problematic here, Raza. They're just not going to be able to go into a fight relatively clean, and they need to fix this here if they're going to have a chance here on Blizzard World.
That's exactly right. I've never been engaged, and Ghost Peppers haven't either, but that's going to be another dragon. That's a free play the game for Zach, I guess.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic there by Panda Bear Kev, and Zach firing from behind where he needed to be, so completely out of sight, so they didn't actually see him coming. The disadvantage of it though is it was very, very quick, so it's going to allow the members here of the Ghost Peppers to sort of come back and just attack right away. Now they have no ults here on the side of Boosted by the Way, so now it looks like they're going to try to make some space for themselves as Chaos deciding wholeheartedly just going to charge in. Delicious gets slept here onto the point as Michael's job here is going to be trying to sort of take him out. Bob here actually is going to be it's going to be onto the payload. It looks like Chaos here has got Shatter. He's going to be looking for it, not going to be able to hit anything, as it looks like the Bob here is able to clear out Delicious and Michael. Now Bob on the other side is trying to deal with Chaos here on the other side as they're wrapping around. Michael has the spin to win, but is not going to be able to use it as he's being trapped here by the Bob into the snack bar as they're sort of moving around. Lokai getting two big kills here into the back, but the payload is still moving. So Panda Bear Kev here and Chaos still committing to the fight. Michael trying to find any damage that he can onto the point. 19 seconds here left to go, Raza. What are they going to be able to do? It doesn't look like much.
Chaos press Q! Quickly!
So Chaos here not able to find a Shatter. 7 seconds left to go. He's going to have to charge in there. They can't get to the payload. Somebody's going to have to touch. They're going to get in range here. Overtime is going to start. He's going to try to Shatter. He's got to find one, and he's got to find one quick. Unfortunately, hits right into the payload, and it's right into a shield and a bubble. They have to win this fight, and they're opening it up. They're looking like they have a shot here. Graviton comes out, but nobody going to be able to come on the damage. They got to get out of there right away. Zach able to take Nursey, but that's the only person they're going to be able to get. They're still down one as Chaos gets a huge fire strike on the Flamia. There are 4 people on the point. The point's going to heal them here. Zach's not going to be able to contest, so this could be point B here for the members of the Ghost Peppers. They get it in overtime. They have a minute 30 here to push, and Lokai with his trademark opening kill here onto Rokurion. Therefore, it's going to be a hard time here, but the spawns have switched, and that is going to put Boosted by the Way here in a precarious position, as they're now too far up, as the rest of the members of Ghost Peppers here are going to be able to sort of wipe out members of Boosted here and sort of stagger them up.
That's right, and the rest of Ghost Peppers is dragging Chaos to victory right now. Dynamic has that grab ready to go. That's the Shatter coming out though. Looks like Delicious just wants to get some big old kills while the team's overextending. Not sure why they were that far up. Really achieved nothing but feeding a bit of ult charge, but it's okay because the payload is moving.
Yeah,
And
Jackson here up in a forward position, trying to make sure he gets any extra picks and trying to make these like 6v5, 6v4s. So everybody here has got to be careful on Boosted, by the way. They poke their head out, they're going to die, so they have to be super careful. Delicious already up onto the point here and is trying to impose his will. Panda Bear Kev going to his beloved Roadhog here and gets 2 in the back.
And there it is, and Chaos is going to get his ult so fast, not if he runs away. Wasted the Tracer out there, which is really... This is not going great. The Nano goes to run, but Ryan dies before it can land on him, which is not great if you are Ghost Peppers, and they're going the wrong way. You only have 5 seconds. You need to touch point. It's going to be on Michael to touch point. Can he do it? He is not going to. He's going to die.
Yes, he does. Actually, Nursey made it.
The rest of the team is there, and might not be enough when that threat comes through. Look at this.
Oh, look at this. They're trying to make themselves a mini comeback here. Chaos took Delicious out, and Lokai is stuck here onto the point with Mimri, but Mimri's Transcendence goes away, and a huge shatter here by Chaos as he's able to take out 2. Mimri and Lokai both go down. Panda Bear Kev is nano boosted, but he was also purple, so he couldn't contribute to anything on the fight. Panda Bear Kev gets slept as he uses the Dragon gets onto the point here. Dynamic Bees gets onto the point to prevent them from getting sort of positioned off. The fight will continue. This is an epic sort of last second push pull here from the Ghost Peppers, as they do have a little bit of an advantage onto the point, but Lokai and Delicious say nay to them capping point C, and they will end it there in overtime, as Lokai getting a final 3rd kill here at the end for sure. But they actually make they make some chicken soup out of what they were given there, getting all the way almost to the end where it almost looked like they were going to get held in the street face.
Ghost Peppers definitely made that round far spicier than they ever should have had the right to. That was so good by everyone. Chaos on point B there dropped the ball a tiny bit in terms of shatters, I think, but it's okay because on point C, he saved up all of his bad karma from the previous round and then used it just to go hammer down 1,000 times. So, that was honestly so good by Ghost Peppers. The way that they managed to come together for those final fights on B and C was excellent. And the only reason Boosted, by the way, won that final fight there was just purely because Spawn was so close and they had the ults. The payload just moved so much further than I think it should have, which is going to make it a lot easier for Ghost Peppers to defend this.
And it looks like here that Ghost Peppers are actually going to go with the hook and crook. Chaos and Dynamic Bees here going with the pulled pork, and Jackson going with the Junkrat here. So it'll be interesting. They need to play around Chaos. They need to play around those little mini grabs. And Jackson has been very, very effective on a lot of the DPS players that he's been. A lot of that last push, though, was due to Jackson. You got to give him props for being on that Widow, taking a forward position, and being able to sort of wipe out members there of Boosted, by the way. So good stuff by him.
I don't get it. Hooks and crooks?
Hooks and crooks?
I don't get it.
It's a hook and crook. It's never mind.
A crook is like a criminal, right?
The hook and the crook. Yeah. So the hook.
Get it.
The hook and the crook is Roadhog. Roadhog is a crook, and he's got a hook.
Shouldn't it be the crook with the hook?
Yeah, well, whatever. So now they're going to be coming in here with this sort of dive comp as Lokai actually not really still on the range here with the Ashe. He's been very, very comfortable with it. And now it looks like the members Delicious and Panda Bear Kev here trying to see if they can actually get into position here to sort of pick a target and sort of dive onto whoever they're in. It looks like Ghost Peppers, they're playing nice and tight, trying to make sure that they sort of maintain position. Michael actually kills Lokai in the beginning here as Lokai was trying to sort of poke out. Oh, we just are cursing him so badly. I feel sort of bad now. As Flamia here and Mimri are onto the point, the supports here are in a bit of trouble as they're actually in the middle of the fight and are going to be getting taken out here. Panda Bear is going to try to have to run for his life here, backing up with Defense Matrix, and going to have to reset with the rest of his team.
If you're Ghost Peppers, the only strategy you need right now is it's just kill Lokai, fight one. As soon as Lokai goes down, easy. Just let Lokai do whatever he wants. And he'll die. You'll be set.
Well, and that's what we were saying, right? We were saying that, right, Raza? Like, kill Lokai first, and it's a big advantage before Lokai kills all of you at the same time. And it is Michael who does kill Lokai here, which will give them a 5v6. And now this is just a problem because they're going to have to wait for Lokai to come in. And this is one of those things in which Lokai doesn't have a real good position to sort of come into. So, like, if they're guarding the door, they're going to be able to see Lokai come through the door. He needs to get cover here, which means the rest of his team has to sort of move in. He's got to be super, super careful. He's trying to sneak around and get a health pack here as he's trying to get back onto the fight. As now Delicious and Panda Bear Kevnir are starting to wrap around and going to give Lokai the opening that he needs here. He needs to be able to shoot down whoever's going to be in the opening as he's moving up from the rear. There he goes. As now he's given the cover that he needs. Panda Bear Kevs gets a kill on Michael, but Dynamic Bees there is able to eliminate Zach, though, with a huge blade into the background here, is able to get two. Panda Bear Kev gets the bongo down. Dynamic Bees here, and Chaos, though, able to hold their ground with 137 left to go, but Mimri getting disconnected is going to give us a pause here as a DC happens here on to the side of a band, by the way, and Raza, minute 37 left to go. It looks like it's going to be a full reset here for Boosted, by the way. What are you going to see happen here in this final sort of two fights that I see it's going to happen in the next minute 37?
Unironically, without totally objectively, Lokai has ult, so Boosted, by the way, can win this final fight relatively easily, as long as Lokai doesn't die as soon as the fight begins. For the previous 3 fights, Lokai has died right at the beginning. He has the ult. All he has to do, his one task, is to just press Q. If he presses that button, Boosted, by the way, has a great chance of winning this one.
It's a matter of where he presses Q, because remember, like, Bob is essentially a movable turret. So he needs to be able to position Bob properly, right? I mean, like, he needs to put him in a position where it's going to have to force the members of Ghost Peppers to shift in a direction where he can basically click their heads. As now we go back into the game here, it looks like Mimri is going to be back into the game, but losing all of that ult percentage.
Yeah, he had about 80% ult charge as well, which is really massive. So if you're Boosted, by the way, you want to play close to a team, and as a team, you need to dive with Lokai and play it together. Delicious and Panda both have ults, so if Panda uses the bomb, Delicious may be able to boot people out of the Orisa shield, which would be massive here for Boosted, by the way. So Delicious is going to dive in and get slapped.
He got slept, hooked, and sort of knocked out there at the same time, but he's still able to use his ult. Now, the Bob positioning here is actually a really good one, as Lokai is able to take out Rokurion and Jackson. That's what we were talking about, Lokai. So now he gets 3 big kills as the burst comes in, as he doesn't get taken out initially there in the beginning and is able to wipe out all of the members of Ghost Peppers, as we say that.
Nothing makes me feel better as a caster than predicting what will happen and then watching it happen exactly as predicted. That was excellent by Lokai. He walked in, he pressed Q, he got some 6 shots off, and it was excellent. I was going to get pressured by Diva, but he's going to back out. Panda Bearkev says, "No more, Lokai, stop, please." Lokai goes so low, but his team just will not let him die right now. That was excellent, and it looks like Ghost Peppers now do have both.
Yeah, that's Lokai poking his head out again, and that'll be... So this is where Great Ghost Peppers have to press their advantage. They're 6v5, they need to push in, and now it looks like Chaos here going to try to charge in and start to take advantage of the fact that they do have a man down. Jackson gets taken down here, so it's now a 5v5. Now this fight can actually end up being won by Boosted, by the way, here, as it is going the wrong way, as a bomb gets set into a great position there, and is going to eliminate Nursey, and that one kill on the side of the Ghost Peppers was able to turn out the fight. Bob now coming out here immediately kills Zach, but Lokai takes Michael down, but with Bob on the field, the rest of the members here of Boosted, by the way, here are going to have to back up.
That's right, and Bob's such an influential ult, but we see from Boosters, by the way, Delicious is consistently diving what I would consider to be too far alone. He needs to be punished by Ghost Peppers more. They need to gang up on him together. Otherwise, he does this. Gets a kill on Jackson.
Yeah, he does get a huge kill on Jackson there, who was trying to see if he can get an early pick from a forward position, but instead, it's actually cost him his team, and now they've lost Chaos too, so they're down. They're up 6v4 here, and they're going to try to press their advantage. They're spread out too much as Michael gets taken out here by Panda Bear Kev, and there's just nobody left here onto the point, but Reese coming back out, Dynamic Beast and Jackson here, getting two big kills, and a Dragon onto the point here will try to zone out the members of Boosted, by the way, as they're going to have to sort of back up a little bit. That's going to give some time here for the members of Ghost Peppers to sort of reset on the point, and it's going to force a reset here from Boosted.
I think the dragon might have been a little bit unnecessary, but I understand why Jackson would use it. There is a lot of ults coming out from both sides in this fight, so it's really going to be who can use ults most effectively here. If Chaos can get a massive shatter off, he can combo with literally any other ult on his team, and it'll be huge. So Ghost Peppers are going to have to play real good to avoid this Nano Blade, which is going to come out of Zac and Flamia.
Oh,
and
and here's
to start us off.
Big bomb there, and everybody, the two people who fell off the bridge ends up getting exposed there in the back, but it's a 2-2 trade here as Dynamic Beast gets both supports in the back here for Boosted by the way, so it's all to play for, folks. Lokai gets a huge kill under Rokurion here, but not before Chaos getting boosted here onto the point, so Chaos coming in with a huge charge and a charge onto Lokai as the members here of Boosted by the way are going to have to back up. 23 seconds here left on the clock. Huge ult advantage here from Boosted. That's probably going to be their ticket to win this fight, but Chaos here still having a Earth Shatter here could counter all of that if they're able to stall them out.
If he ever uses the Shadow, that is. He's been holding it 10 or 15 minutes from Horizon. But here it is, right now, on the Genji. Shadow for Genji. Nope, he shatters no one on high ground, and his team will die for it. Dynamic, Nursey, and Rokurion. Chaos goes down. Oof.
Yeah, it looks like here...
That's rough.
They had to use all of the ults. Zac actually opened him up with the fight here, and now they get to the final point. This is exactly the same point in which Boosted by the way we're in, minute 28. They actually ended up getting caught on a high spawn here. That's not going to happen with Ghost Peppers, as Ghost Peppers here are going to be into the back. They actually got the long spawn here, so they're going to have a relatively easier defense because they're going to be coming together without any weird staggers that really hurt Boosted by the way.
That's right, and Lokai goes low, but he doesn't want to healed up. And Delicious is going to dive in alone.
Yeah, into the...
Not get punished for it, I guess.
Possibly not.
Lokai.
Jackson actually... Jackson is going to get Lokai, and Delicious finally gets punished for it as Bob gets sent into the back there. It's going to stop the payload with 46 seconds left to go. This is a much better defense for Ghost Peppers compared to what Banned by the Way was doing. Banned by the Way was a little staggered and had to sort of wait till they could actually defend in the midsection area after the first turn. After the second turn, excuse me, but this is where you actually want to hold as a defense. With 29 seconds left to go here, Chaos here is going to engage right away as another Bob is going to get sent into the background, but a Dragon is going to come out, but it's going to get countered immediately by Transcendence. Dynamic Bees and Jackson here playing really high up as they're trying to deal with what's going on. Memray gets a huge kill there onto Dynamic Bees, and Rokurion getting taken out here. Members of Ghost Peppers are falling like flies as now they're going to be able to move on to the point. They need to get out of spawn before overtime ticks down or they're going to get punished with an extra couple seconds here. Delicious waiting here onto the point. This is it, folks. This is going to be the fight. Can they take a map off of Boosted by the way?
Nano Ryan, here it is. Chaos is going to shadow and is going to get the Furion. There's the Nano and the Shadow. Use because Chaos Shadow.
And there was the shatter, but Chaos is still nano boosted here as he's trying his best. Delicious is super low. Somebody just needs to sneeze on him and he's going to go down. Zac coming in there, trying to do his best. He's trying to build up to his ult. Can he get his blade? But he's up against 6 people. That's not going to do it. Ghost Peppers there end this match with a win. Ghost Peppers get a win here. They do not get skunked. So it is 3-1 here. 2 boosted by the way. Good fight there at the very end. Ghost Peppers not giving up. Unfortunately, they do lose the series here 3-1 here to boosted by the way.
They might have lost, but they definitely proved what they have. That was such an excellent and close match by both teams. Every fight was just intense. And I think we saw just some top tier Overwatch this game. Also saw some very low tier Overwatch Lokai, but top tier from all players, including at times Lokai.
No, poor Lokai. He's getting flamed there by Raza. If it wasn't for the fact that Raza knows him very well, he wouldn't be doing it. So shame.
Yeah,
so
well.
poor Lokai getting the shtick from Mr. Razarip right there. But to a point, Lokai there had the power of DPS in his hands because if he was able to stay on the map, he was able to eliminate at least 3 members of Ghost Peppers at a time. Unfortunately, there were instances where Lokai was getting eliminated early on and just couldn't help with the DPS from Boosted by the way. So that's going to be that, folks. Final thoughts on this match, Raza, between Ghost Peppers and Boosted by the way.
Any chance of doing a quick little interview, Hodo? Is that in the books for us?
I don't know. Can we get anybody from Boosted or Ghost Peppers in? It looks like everybody's sort of jumping ship already. So I'm not.
Well, rip that. They have to go and celebrate and live their lives like I don't have. What an excellent match! Just overall, great performance by both teams. Boosted, by the way, just really proved their dominance in that match over the Majors division. Ghost Peppers, they could have beaten any other team playing at the level they did, but Boosted, by the way, is just a tier above right now. So congratulations to both teams, but congratulations again to Boosted, by the way, for taking this one 3-1.
Yeah, so congratulations to Boosted. So a special shout out to Yo Omega and to Mr. Direboyd, producer of Overwatch, of the Owlet tournament. Thank you so much for producing this match. And that is going to be that for us. I hope you've enjoyed the casting today here between Boosted and Ghost Peppers. Fun ribbing between the two teams because Raza knows pretty much all of the members on both teams. Boosted, by the way, and Lokai probably going to be very interested in the commentary in this match when they rewatch this in their VODs.
And
But
I do apologize to Foxer if you do get DMs. That's on me.
So, but in the meantime, though, Ghost Peppers tougher their first loss of the Owlet tournament here, now with a 7-1 record, dropping to a +15 differential, but Boosted still undefeated. It's going to be interesting to see who knocks them off their perch. Remember, normal casts of the Owlet tournament happen between Saturday and Tuesday. Check your local listings to see what games are going to be on the Owlet tournament channel, as well as other channels like my own, Hodahori_Z, Love Gangster, Noah's, or any other producer there in the Owlet tournament. But that's going to do it for us today. Ghost Peppers go down to Boosted, by the way, 3-1 for Direboyd, for Yo Omega, and for Raza, and to Monster Energy Drinks for sponsoring Raza's cast in that particular sense, because he was a little hyped today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for this special presentation of the Owlet tournament. We appreciate your viewership, and we will see you on Saturday.